All right, good morning, traders. I don't know if I'm trading Mary Riot or SYX yet. This market is pretty ugly this morning. I mean, I'm not seeing hardly anything. There's not a lot of volume on these crypto plays, but cryptos did start rebounding some, and it's the day of the Doge. Good morning. Good morning, Daniel M. Good morning, Amy. Good morning, Brian. If you're not familiar with why today is the day of the Doge, is because Doge is supposed to get pumped crazily today, but more than likely it probably won't. Usually when everybody on the internet's saying it, it's usually too late. But cryptos could be getting some attention again. Well, actually, I'd say they are getting attention. You got that Safe Moon crypto that's all over social media right now. Stock market right now, though, it's not very pretty. SPY's trying to come back up a little bit, but you can see there's not even news on the SPY, which is odd. Everything on my watch list I'm not particularly fond of. Well, let's see here. Hoff did break above that little downtrend. Kind of going sideways, but there's no PR on anything. No news. I really don't like this watch list. And like I said a few minutes ago, if this can break 3, it could possibly run. Maybe we might see a little quick pop at the bell. It's been consolidating sideways after this initial pop, but there's no PR, so we are right above all indicators at this moment. You see there's a lot of selling at that $3 area, but yeah, if volume comes in, I can see a little pump on this at open. Other than that, I don't really see much else going on. Good morning, Crow's Nest. So it's a very cautious market day today. Let's see, it's starting to test 3 right now, and we're about to open up. Still a lot of selling there. Now, it very easily could drop off. If it doesn't break 3, it'll probably come back down to this little area right here, this 275-ish area. But me personally, I'm going to be trading real cautiously this first 30 minutes. I think. Could try to go for a little scalp on this, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Market's fixing to open in 15 seconds. We'll see what's going on. It's just, it doesn't look pretty at the moment. Volume could come into the market, but right now there's just not very much volume. And you see it on the SPY, just hardly any volume. See, YVR is trying to break. It's testing. I want to take a little shot on this or not. Oh, getting rejected there. So having a little pullback. Yeah, you look at this top 10% NASDAQ gainers. There's no volume on the NASDAQ. There's a little bit of volume on Ford on the NYSE. See, oh, okay, the SPY's not dumping. Yeah, so getting rejected there. Pulling back to this 290 area. The 50-day moving average is right there where it's currently at, but if it drops below the 50-day, and it's looking pretty ugly right now. There's nothing there. Hoth is moving up, but it's going to run into $2 resistance. You got both the 50 and the 100-day sitting there at the $2 area. Wow, okay. This guy just spiked at the bell, getting halted. It's got a lot of room, so we may be paying attention to this guy here. Yeah, break of $7. It's got plenty of room to run. I'm gonna keep an eye on this. I'm gonna see what this does out of this halt. See, we must have got halted right at as soon as it opened. Hoth is maybe a possible play. SYSX kind of selling off right here. We'll take OBLN off. I don't like it at all. BAOS had a quick pop in pre-market, then sold off. EMA's at 566. See, break a 7. See, it's got room up to 8. Yeah, let's see what this does out of this halt. See, NNDM getting a little tension. A little pop there. You have a trend line on Hoth there if this candle can hold up, so that may be a possible play, but like I said, at $2 is going to be rough. Good morning, One Life. So I'm about a minute from being unhalted here. Good morning, Daniel B. Now this is, the fact it moves this big, this is going to be a pretty risky play. There's no PR on it either. It just, for some reason, gapped up in early morning. Or actually, it gapped up yesterday in after hours. Hoth bouncing off that trend line. It may be a possible play on Hoth. It's just going to run into a lot of resistance. That's the only concern. If YVR makes a U-shape back up to 3, that could be a possible play. We should be getting unhalted here in about 10 seconds. I'd like to see a little pullback out of this halt to that 675 area. There's a merge. Okay, so there was a merger that's happening between Acre and MYMD. They just voted to approve it. I'm wondering if the merger's happening now. Hoff's still testing that. MOXC popping up with no volume. And VIS popping up with a little bit of volume. Coin is dropping some more. Throw coin back on my watch list. I took it off this morning so I could. Yeah, coin dropping some more. Nice big drop there. This is a 10-minute halt. See, Hoff cracked that trend line so far. NNDM still getting a nice move. That's actually popped up quite a bit. And all the way up to 755. Running this resistance here, but if it can break that, it's got some room up. It's odd there's not a press release on this saying that this is halted. Normally that's what would happen. YVR at this area is not a bad possibility. Let's see if it keeps holding up. It should be about 45 seconds from this opening up, unless for some reason it got halted because they're doing the merger right now. But it shouldn't be halted longer than this. or much longer than this. Like I said, 30 seconds. Oh, he just had a gap up. I'm going. Starting to run again. We are running in that $8 area. It's going to be very sketchy. Ooh, coming back down a little hard here. Let's give it a second. I may have to jump out of this. Was starting to run, got a little rejection there. Where'd I get filled at? 784. Yeah, I'm filled up a little high on this. Yeah, may have jumped the gun on this one. We'll see here. Looked like it was about to rip hard, and then it got rejected at the $8 area. It's starting to pop back up now a little bit. And like I said, this is going to be a very sketchy play. When you see buying volume come back in here. It's going to keep ripping, but it looks like it may be pulling back. Ooh, nasty big drop there out of nowhere. And I'm going to have to probably eat this loss. That's why I said this would be sketchy. Man, it's getting halted on the way down there. I don't like that. I don't like the look at that. Alright, well, let's see what happens with that. More than likely, I'm going to eat this loss. But we will see. Hoff's still trying to get up to that $2 area. So redraw the trend line. Like, there you go. That's a better trend line. Now this is MYMD, but it looks like I'm gonna get hit pretty hard on this one. Just getting destroyed there. Rejected really hard at $8. You see that resistance is right there. But this was looking like it was about to break that $8, and this would be a big U shape right there. If it could have broke that $8 area, it just didn't break. Good morning, Jamie. We'll probably be halted I don't know. We may only be halted for 5 minutes on this one. Uh-oh. Let's see here. Oh boy, that might be why I wasn't seeing any news. No wonder I wasn't seeing any news. I thought that was strange. There isn't there. Oh boy. Hoth has decent PR. For some reason, I have my news backwards, and that's why I did not see any of this news. So YVR has NFT platform. That's why there's hype in that. Alright, now that makes a lot more sense. I feel really dumb right now. Because I did not see I did not see news on anything. Oh my goodness. That's so dumb. That would have definitely changed my whole thought process. Some days I wonder how I'm a human, how I'm an adult. TOS did that to you yesterday. Maybe it's TOS because I haven't changed it, so I don't know why it did that. I should have looked closer, but I thought that was odd. I was looking at the spy. I was like, "There's not even news on the spy. What is going on this morning?" But there is news. But that changed that changes my whole thought process now. So I would not. I would have been less likely to jump in this craziness if I would have known that YVR had NFT PR and Hoth had some other PR. Little mistake on my part. Well, we'll see how little. If this continues to drop, then it may not be a little mistake. It might be a very costly mistake. Oh, here we go. We open back up. Let's see. This is gonna come back up here or not. It actually gapped down out of that. I expect to see some buyers come back in here. There is some support right. Should be some support right there, but it does not look like. Well, maybe that support's gonna hold up. We're getting a few buyers. Oh nope. I'm trying to give us a chance, but I am bag holding. I should have got out earlier. Soon as it cracked and came back down. This is a pretty sharp downtrend though. I do have OBL. I did have. No, I took OBLN off my watch list. It was on it earlier today, but in pre-market. Pretty much ignore my whole watch list because I did not realize Thinkorswim or whatever switched this the old switcheroo on the time of the news sorting. I'm trying to give us a chance to see if this $6 area is going to hold up or not. That's the last area of support before this really starts cracking, but it's not looking very good. This was a very bad trade. Very, very bad trade. Damn, it's cracking 6 too, man. Must have been some serious bag holders in here from yesterday. The after hours move. For it to sell off this hard. Look at this overall. Yeah, this is ugly. What an ugly candle. Or what an ugly... Well, on the 30-minute, it possibly could be a big U shape. If it can hold up at this level. Interesting. That is called the pattern where you get punched in the nuts. That's the punched in the nuts pattern right there. I'm gonna put a stop loss right under there. Cause if it drops any lower than that, it's gonna crash hard. But so looking at it on the 30-minute, there is a possible U shape if it can hold above 6 and start to slowly make its way back up. Unless it cracks here. Alright, let's look what's going on. That's a waste. At least for now, anyway. See, Hoth cracked that trend line. That's coming down. YVR. If YVR can get back above 280, could be a play there. Yeah, broken fishing rod is exactly right. Like I said, that was just a bad trade. My dumbness cost me today. Yeah, I got stopped out there. MYMD cracking, so lost $60 on that trade. That's a little rough on this small account. But it was my own stupidity for not paying attention to the PR of everything. Bag holders I was talking about, Daniel B, were the bag holders from this move where it ran from 540 to 1390. So yeah, it might be the second day of trading, but there's definitely going to be some bag holders from this rip. NNDM still going straight up. OBLM was a little pop, but running into that 50 day. If it can break 310, it could start moving. Well, everything is just falling apart here. YVR cracking more. Hoth cracking more. That's cracking. There's nothing there. SYX not doing anything. Sundial not doing anything. Fisker's a little interesting. It's a little little mid cap play on this trend line here. VET is taking off. It's not even showing up on any of my scanners. Is that the right ticker symbol? VET? Because it's not really doing it. If this is the ticker you're talking about, it's not really doing anything. Oh, are you talking about V-Chain? Is that what you're talking about? Oh, yeah. Yeah, nice. V-Chain up to 25 cents, trying to push up in that 20. Yeah, trying to get up there. I like some V-Chain. It's the day of the Doge, though. What's the Doge doing? That's what we gotta know. Gotta know about the Doge, man. Everybody's on the Doge. What the? Oh, there we go. Yeah, Doge isn't doing anything right now. It's at 38 cents. Coin looks like it's still gonna keep coming down. See, BNGO, what is going on with this? Nothing. No PR. It's ran $1 just about. So we're in a pumpy market. SGBX. They got COVID test PR. They just came out with that PR. Basically, somebody tweeted something that got this company going, but I don't know if I would trade off of a tweet. Let's see, the SPY possibly curling over here. We may see a drop here in the SPY. Pretty decent drop. Which could make everything else real wonky. IVR is starting to come back up. Getting a little volume after that selling's off. It needs to break over 280. I'm gonna start building a position here. I just grabbed 10 shares. I'm gonna start building a position maybe. But it is trying to break back over 280. And this little NFT stock. Buyers are trying to stack the bids at 280, but this got taken out. You see, they keep trying to stack it. I'm gonna grab 10 more. Starting to push up a little bit here. Let me look at this on the 2-minute, look a little closer. Look at that, I got both of them at 280. Both of those positions I got at 281. How about that? Now 280 needs to hold as support, and then we need to start building our way back up to that 290 area and start testing 290. Because, I mean, this is a possible U-shape, but it's still early. This could easily just sell off as well. I say it depends on this 5-minute candle. If this 5-minute candle can close over 280, if it can hold over 280, I think we'll be good. But if it gets pushed back down below this resistance line, then it'll be a problem. You can see that sellers are trying to push it back down. Ouch, you took a $10,000 loss on Fubo? That is a painful loss. I don't feel nearly as bad about my $60 loss today. Ooh, you got hit on a margin call. That's the worst. It's one of the reasons why I'm not a big fan of margin, because you try to swing with a margin. I'll smack you with a margin call and just take your money. Framework forthcoming. Yeah, I'm in YVR. I'm looking for this U shape to finish. It's a little consolidation. but it is struggling. This is not what we want to see on this 5-minute candle. We want this 5-minute candle to push up to about 285. We don't want it we don't really want to get hung up right here in this area. Yeah, so this 2-minute candle here needs to push above 283 here. Look at this on 30-minute. Make sure I'm not. Oh no, we're starting to pop up there a little bit. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted to see. Very nice. So we're continuing the U shape. This is what I want to see. I want to see it continue to make its way back up to this $3 area. God. Jesus, one life. Very nice. Still getting this nice little build. Now, we really don't want it to go straight up the 3. If it starts going straight up the 3, it'll have more of a chance, more of a probability of getting rejected. So we want to see it slowly climb back to 3. But not too slow. We just want to see it continue to make this curl. See it. You can see it nicely there on the 5-minute. A lot of selling at 285. Let me look on the level 2. Look at it a little deeper and see. So we got a lot of support at 277. But I do not want to see it back at 277. Because that'll ruin the U shape. Yeah, a bunch of sellers at 285. We got to break over that 285 here very soon. That needs to break and become new support. There we go. There we go. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Please, sir, may I have another? No, now that's not a good looking candle. That's an inverted candle, an inverted hammer. We don't want that. 285 really caused some problems for this. So it may not get it. May not get the U shape. Let's see. And it still has a chance, but if this drops much lower, then that U shape will be ruined. It'll be ruined. So it actually did not turn into an inverted hammer. It turned into a upside down satanic cross. I I don't know. I mean, it's almost a Doge star. I mean, it's not quite a Doge star, but very close to a Doge star. What stocks broke pre-market high that was on your watch list earlier? There wasn't much I saw doing anything. Of course, my news was also screwed up, so. Yep, I got a phone call, guys. Hold on just a second. I got a phone call saying my social security number is gonna be blocked and it's something's wrong with it. Something's wrong with my social security. Well, these scammers, man, they are getting fancy. They even had it like a little message thing. Uh, if you feel like this is an error that your social security number is being blocked, then press 1. Like, how? What are you talking about? No, it wasn't real estate. But let me tell you guys something funny. That house yesterday. This is how hot the real estate market is in my area. The house I was going to see yesterday after the stream. I was on my way to my car. I was literally getting in my car to go see it and meet my agent there. And he called me and was like, they got an accepted offer. Like they took the offer. They got an offer on it that they couldn't pass up within 2 hours of when I was supposed to go see it. But they made the call right before I was on my way over there. But today I'm supposed to go see 3 houses, so hopefully they don't sell before I get there. A collection company? No, it's not a collection company. If it was a collection company, I would have started acting like I was another debt collection company. That's what you do in debt collectors call. You just repeat what they say back to them. Like, you're on a recorded line. This is an attempt to collect a debt. Well, you're on a recorded line, and this is an attempt for me to collect a debt. No, I'm not buying. I'm not buying an apartment right now. Um, I do think apartments are going to be good investments here, but I think they need another month or two because all that commercial property. The problem with rental properties right now is they keep on extending this what the hell is that word? Moratorium? The moratorium or whatever, moratorium. I can't remember how to say it right now. But anyway, that dumb big word for no reason. Uh, Hold on, say this is cracking. the eviction moratorium or whatever, that thing, they keep extending that, and people aren't going to pay their rent. So, I mean, if the government's saying you can't evict people for not paying their rent, then now I'm sure there's some people who are paying their rent, but there's going to be a lot of people who are not going to pay their rent. I mean, you give a lot of people out there the option to not pay their rent, they're not going to pay it. So, exactly. Yeah, that thing is causing problems. So I do think apartments will be good investments, just not yet. I think they've got a little bit. I think all commercial property has a little bit lower to drop before uh, they're in an appealing value range. They're getting close. I've noticed more duplexes and triplexes and stuff popping up on the market, but like I said, I don't. I the ones that are popping up on the market already have tenants, and that worries me. That what like why are you trying to sell that if you've got a cash flow coming out of it? If it was only like one or two duplexes here and there, I'd be like, okay, well maybe it's just people cashing out, whatever, moving money around. But I've seen it a lot lately, so that's why I think that there's definitely some problems in the commercial real estate area. My profit target's $3, and my stop loss is 271 or 269, somewhere in there. Well, the U shape is ruined. It was making a nice U shape, but it got held up at this little downtrend line, so I'm waiting to see if it's going to come back up or not here. Because if it builds a higher low, then that'll be okay. But if it starts dropping below 270, then you got to get out. And it is close to that, so I'm going to go ahead and get ready to hop out in case it does. Start dropping below 270. Thank you, One Life. You got to keep me on track. I forget things very easily. And sometimes I can't English. I looked into your fraud stories, but like I said, they're not an argument against crypto. They're an argument for cryptos. Are you trying to? Yeah, that's right. Sometimes I can't English. Did you do any research on blockchain technology over the weekend, Daniel? OCG. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and put my stop loss under that 260, 269. Yeah. Put under 269. Lies. Not 10. I think or swim sometimes. There we go. Let's take a look at. Let's see what else is going on. This is such an ugly market. Yeah, but OCG, I mean, that is running into every indicator there is. That's a ton of resistance ahead of it. Just want to get rid of this one little drawing. That's all I want to do. Why don't you let me... Let me delete it. Why don't you let me delete it? What is going on with this thing? I don't know. That's annoying. FSR cracked its trend line. Hoff selling off. NMDM having this sell off possibly could break that downtrend, but this thing has went straight up. I actually just recorded the video. I forgot who it was who was asking me to do a stock review on NMDM, but I just recorded the video for it yesterday, so interestingly enough, that video will be out this week. TCAT. At this point, so far, being an hour into the market, I would just be trading cautious on everything because it just nothing is really doing much. I mean, we're getting some possible little pops, possible little trades here and there. Let's see what TCAT looks like. TCAT looks okay. It is earnings season too, I think. I'm pretty sure it's earnings seasons right now. Did you really actually buy 200K of cotton bales? If you did, that's not a bad idea. Because with all the inflation, commodities are going to go up. You might start trading sub pennies one life. I don't know what's the Lean Hawk Futures ticker. I don't remember the ticker. Yeah, he called out. I think it was HA. I can't remember what he was looking at, but he called out one from Friday. And it ran yesterday about 2 cents. It was at a penny, I think, or not. Is either I don't remember exactly. I think it was at a penny, and then it ran to 3 cents, which that's a huge move for that cheap of a stock. It's basically an account tripler. he gets some pretty good calls on those sub penny stocks. And his strategy works. His buying on the ones and his strategies work. I tried him out with cryptos. When I first started getting him on the channel, and he was telling me about his strategy. I used it on BitTorrent and Dogecoin, buying all those under a penny. And let me tell you, it worked out pretty well. No, HCMC was not the one he had called from Friday. It was like AHDC or something like that. I forgot. Let me see if that's it. AHDC? ADHC maybe? Yeah, here it is. This is the one he called out. He was saying Friday that there was a bunch of buyers that didn't get filled before market closed. So when the market opened, they all got filled. But you can see it was a beginning of the day. It was at a penny, and then yesterday it ran from about 2 cents and had a little gap up this morning at about 361. So that's a pretty nice move for a cheap stock like that. You didn't buy no 500 shares of HCMC. So I don't like these barcode looking stocks, but John doesn't have a problem trading them. TCAT looking pretty decent. Whoever called out TCAT, good call out because there's a nice trend line there, a little bounce off the trend line. I know you called TCAT out way before this, but yeah, you could have got a very nice little bounce play, from $20.45 up to about $22, about $1.50 bounce play in there. So that's a nice move. YVR is trying to come back up to this 280 area. Well, if you tell John that, John's going to tell you why would you want to buy large caps? Because Tesla, if you buy like Tesla or something at 500 to double your money, you need Tesla to go to 1,000. Whereas if you buy a stock that's 0.001, all you need it to go to is 0.00 or 0.01. And you've doubled your money or whatever his thing is. Something like that. You put 1 million shares in the FWF? I don't even know what FWF is. Let's look around at some of my sector watch list and see if anything is getting any attention. See, I have narrowed down some more. Pretty much all the cryptos are in the red. But gold is up. Gold. A lot of gold stocks up today. That's what I like to see. What was that? Ticker symbol? That's a big investment. See, pot stocks are all red. It's gold and silver time right now. Yeah, but John's not buying these stocks for the long term. He's not buying these cheap penny stocks for long term investments. He's just buying them for swing trades and day trades. So the theory makes perfect sense. I mean, it's mathematically it's logical as hell. I mean, you can't argue that it takes a lot more uh, price movements to move from $100 to $200 than it does for a penny to 2 pennies. I mean, you get 1 penny, you can find another penny on the ground. That is that easy, but you're not like it is mathematically logically sound. Well, Daniel B, if he puts $200 in on a stock that's a penny and the stock goes to 2 pennies, then he doubled his money. So I mean that's pretty simple math. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's pretty logical. Even if he is only putting 150 in at 0.001 and then it goes to 0.002, well, then he doubled his money. Now, if it goes from 0.001 to 0.01, then that's like a 10x. And John will trade. He will invest in larger companies. But he mainly swing trades those penny stocks. Listen, I'm not gonna sit here and defend John. You guys want to talk to John about his trading strategy? You go talk to him about it. Me and John are different people. Y'all can talk to him and debate with him about his strategy. All I know is I tried his strategy on cryptos that were under a penny and it worked extremely well. So I tested it. So unless you tested his strategy, then you're kind of talking to the air. No, what are you talking about? I don't see how you guys don't understand this. Like, this is so simple. Like, y'all are overthinking this like a whole lot. If you buy this stock right here, ADHC, and you buy it at a penny, as soon as it breaks a penny, let's say you put $1,000 in there and it breaks a penny, and then it runs up right here in the same day to 2 pennies and a half. Well, you just doubled your $1,000. That was in a span of an hour. It's very simple. 1 penny, 2 pennies. Very simple move. We're looking at YVR right now. My investment's at 280. To double my money on this, I need YVR to go to 560. I need to double my money. I need it to go way up here. The price to go way up here. All right, that's way less likely than this going from here to here. It's pretty simple. And I don't know what John's investing either. But anyway, like I said, you guys talk to him about his strategy. Don't talk to me about it. I understand exactly what y'all are talking about as far as the position sizes. Yeah, it's harder to get out of some of those stocks for sure. But like I said, y'all, he's his own trader. Y'all talk to him about his trading strategy. Said it works on cryptos. That's all I know. That's all I can personally say is that I tried it on cryptos and it worked swimmingly. So maybe he'll come into the stream and y'all can tell him how wrong he is. I'm sure he'd get a kick out of that. So looks like YVR is going to crack here. Got rejected at the downtrend. More than likely it's done. That was kind of its last hoorah there to try to come back up. Now it just looks like a straight downtrend. More than likely I'm going to get stopped out on that. At this point, I highly doubt that's going to come back around. Now, TCAT coming back down the trend line again. Getting rejected there at $22. Oh, there's that drop on the SPY I was talking about. Let's see. NYC plans 100% of electricity will be renewable energy by 2025. Retail sales are up for April. Boy, the SPY is just looking really ugly. Yep, I just got stopped out there on YVR. Damn, ugly rough market. NNDM going down too, just everything cracking. Everything except gold and silver. Let's see, let's check the foreign picks. The foreign picks aren't doing anything either. Roscan Gold is building up very nicely. Let's see. I didn't see this PR. This was yesterday. Roscan Gold. So Roscan Gold did find. They did strike gold. I like that. That's why I invested in them, because I saw that they had a couple of projects about to start. I gotta learn something. I gotta learn what GPT means. I don't know what that means in junior miners. I'm guessing it's gold per ton or something. I don't know, but let's see. Let's learn real quick. Oh, grams per ton, not gold per ton. So cool. Learned something new there about junior miners. So they found over 7.5 grams per ton of gold. So that's a lot of gold. Very nice. Very nice, very nice, very nice. They have struck gold. Cool. That's what I like to hear. How many grams? Gold Rush Discovery Channel? No, I mean, I've been investing in precious metals for 2 years. I just buy the physical, but here recently I've started getting into some of the junior miners and stuff, but I don't know all of the terms that come along with mining stocks. Like, I don't know the drilling terms and all that, like that GPT. I kind of heard of it, but didn't know exactly what it was. Um, but I'm studying. But I like Roscan Gold, like I said, because I try not to overcomplicate long-term investing or day trading or swing trading for that matter. I try not to overcomplicate it. I mean, you can go in and you can see exactly how much gold they got and figure out all that by looking at their stuff. But all I want to know is if they're striking gold or not. That's the thing. If they're not striking gold, then it's not a company I want to invest in. If they are striking gold, then that's a company I want to invest in. Simple as that. Just make sure, the other thing is I just want to make sure that they're financially stable too. Like, you don't want to buy a gold company that's super heavy leveraged with a ton of debt. Because if they don't strike gold, then they'll go out of business. So you need to make sure they're financially stable. But eventually I will learn all the things about the junior miners and what all that digging means. You guys are on one day talking a lot of trash. Alright, well, I'm not seeing much else going on. Pretty slow day. If you guys have any questions, suggestions, or ideas, go ahead and get those in. We'll give the stream about 15 more minutes here. So it just looks like everything's just kind of dying off now that the SPY's really started cracking. Let's see, where's the SPY at? Yeah, look, the SPY's about to crack 412, just still dying off. And just everything right now at the moment is just down. Yeah, even TCAT cracked that trend line, so. Yeah, that'd be nice to make 100K. No, I'm grinding. I'm trying to get up there. I'm trying to get to the $1 million mark by the end of this year. You haven't made a trade yet this week? Well, it's only Tuesday. But I don't blame you. This market, look at there, it is cracking 12. I don't blame you. I've got to be more cautious too. I'm trying to be cautious, but well, I don't know. I'm just counting today as a hey, look at my little blockchain stock, little blockchain hold popping back up to 70 cent area. Very nice, very nice. So that swing trade may end up working out decently. But yeah, I got to be smarter. This market's too choppy to be taking shots like I'm taking. Yeah, let the market crash on that like button, exactly. Well, I have a checklist too, but like I said, my whole thought process was screwed up because I was thought that there wasn't news on anything, or I thought there was very little news. But yeah, I think I was saying this last week. Now is the time to survive until you thrive. If I keep taking shots like I'm taking and don't get a little bit more sheepish. Well, I have a whole video about the criteria. It's gotta have good volume. It's gotta have a catalyst, either really good PR or chart pattern or Elon tweets about it or something. It's gotta have a catalyst. Then I like my stock price range to be around 50 cents $15-$20 somewhere in there. That's kind of like that's the range I mainly like to trade, but I'll trade outside of that range. There you go. Why would I read the whole news? Why would I read the whole news for on any of these stocks? Because sometimes the news, you can have the greatest news ever on a stock and it'll still crash, and sometimes you have terrible news and the stock goes up. All I need to know is I just need to see if it's got positive news or not. If it sounds positive, then I'm going to keep it on watch. Like if I read through the whole entire press release of every single of every single stock that I'm trying to look at, then that's going to take up a lot of time. Well, it's just not a hot small cap market right now. We had that one week where the small caps were really hot, and we were getting very nice rips, but as everything has continued to go awry in our economy, and everything else, the market is wonky. What are we talking about right now? Are we talking about day trading or swing trading? Because I don't understand why I would care about the news from before today. I mean, if there was recent news, yeah. I mean, like if there was news yesterday or news Friday on a stock, I would look at that. But I'm not going to look like 3 weeks back or a couple of months back on a day trade. I don't. I have not said anything about Kathy Wood, so I'm not really sure what you're getting at with that one. But thank you guys. I appreciate the lessons that you're trying to teach me. I definitely did not say any such thing about Kathy Woods. I literally could care less about Kathy Woods. I do not care about other investors, big investors of hedge funds and institutions and stuff. I don't really care about them. My concern is with me. What am I doing? And then my concern is with you guys. And what are you doing? So I want you to be doing not what I'm doing, apparently, at the moment. You love Cathedral? Is that... Is that the long form of the name Kathy is Cathedral? You've already been hitting the pipe today, One Life. Well, MOXC. Yeah, no, there's not hardly any volume there. OCG down. Yeah, this is a wonky market. FWF, let's take a look at the FWF. Just saw an ad for another trading channel. How dare them. No, I don't understand the need to compete with other channels. That's why I have Liam on and Blackamore and Trader Chick from South America. She'll be on in May. She'll be back on the channel in May. I'm not getting any ticker symbol for anything for FWF. But I will say I'm not going to endorse any trading channels that are crazy talkers, because there's a lot of garbage out there, a lot of nonsense. Oh, it's on another website. Just because a company has terrible earnings doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to go out of business. What was I looking at? There was a stock I was looking at earlier. I'm trying to think of what it was. It had bad earnings. And I'm pretty sure it's something I'm invested in long term. But I was like, I don't care, whatever. What was it? I don't know. I don't remember. No, it definitely wasn't Netflix. I don't like to buy. I don't like to long term invest in too many stocks over $100. Like if you don't have millions of dollars or anything to really invest in those bigger companies, you can get some big returns with a few shares here and there depending on the company, but I like for long-term investments, I like kind of the $5 to $100 range. But more closely like 20 to 60. That's the area I really like for my long-term investments. It's snowing in Chicago. I don't think it's snowing here. Let me look out my window and see. No snow here. Uh, ETFs are fine. You get some good exposure. You don't like if you want exposure to Tesla, you can get a ETF with Tesla and it's a lot cheaper. I don't mind ETFs, but what I like to do though is I like to go to the assets of the ETF and see what stocks are holding it, and I'll go through that. I'll go through all the stocks in the ETF and pick out my favorite ones and just invest in those. Because depending on the ETF, some of them will have like a couple of junk stocks in there because they got to fill out the portfolio. And I'd rather search the ETF for the real diamonds that are in there. But that's one of the things I do. Like if I'm looking for stocks in a specific sector, I'll go look up ETFs. For if it's tech, like I'll go look up tech ETFs, and then I'll go look into those ETFs and see what they're holding, and then I'll take their list of stocks that are in their basket, and I'll go through each one of them until I've narrowed them down to the ones that I like the most that I think have the most potential. Yeah, diamonds do. Diamonds. Here's something that's really weird. Diamonds shouldn't be as expensive as they are anymore. They can create diamonds in labs now. But for some reason, the diamond created labs are just as expensive as the real diamonds, which doesn't make much sense because any other gemstone, if you look at it, like lab created sapphire, is way cheaper than real sapphire. Diamonds are the only ones that hold their value after even being lab created, and that just doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah, VXXN. That's because was it V? What did you say? Yeah, VXXX. Yeah, the ETN. Yeah, it's the this is volatility and inverse. But like a not exactly the same thing as the ETF. There's not much difference between the cost of lab created and natural diamond. Now, I mean, natural diamond's a little bit more expensive, but what I'm saying is lab created diamonds should be way cheaper than natural diamonds, but they're not. You saw a documentary? Wow. I'm glad you saw it in a documentary because I've not been going to jewelry stores and bullion stores for the last 6 months every week buying different precious metals and stuff and seeing the actual prices in real life right in front of me. Agree with you that the lab. I'm not talking about cubic zirconia. I'm talking about lab created diamonds. There's a difference. Like y'all are gonna make me have to school you again on this. So right here, does this look any cheaper than any other diamonds? These are lab created diamonds. That is a lab created diamond 2 carat, and it's 3,480. Alright, the lab created diamonds, while I agree they are worthless, what they are selling for, which is my whole entire point that I just said, is that they should be cheap, but they're not. They're around the same price as a natural diamond, which doesn't make sense, because like I said, if you look at lab created sapphire or something, there's a difference. There's a big difference in price. So you can see right there, lab created sapphire, $360. You go to a real sapphire. See, that's a 7mm. So let's see. Look, real sapphire, 2,000. That's a big difference. Versus the diamonds and lab created diamonds, not a very big difference in price. No, I'm not. I'm not defending it. You guys are just wrong. I mean, I just showed you and proved to you that you're wrong. Like, yes, I agree that they're cheaper, or that they should be cheaper, that they're worthless, they're lab created. I agree with that. That's my whole point. I don't know why I keep having to repeat myself on this, but the actual reality of it is the lab created diamonds are selling for around the same price as natural diamonds. Like, I don't know what I'm defending here. I'm just stating the facts of reality. I mean, I'm not. You guys are arguing with me about reality of prices of stuff I've literally been looking at for the last 6 months straight. I'm not saying that the lab created diamond. I agree. All right. I agree. They are garbage. Okay? But that does not change the fact that they're selling for the same price as regular diamonds. I agree that I do not want lab created anything. I have not bought lab created anything. When I go to buy any jewelry investments, I make sure that the diamonds or whatever gemstone that's in it is not lab created, because I think it's garbage. I agree. I don't know. Okay, they're not selling at the same price then. I didn't just pull up on Google in 3 seconds and show lab created diamonds selling for thousands of dollars just like natural diamonds. Of course, there's different grades and all that stuff, but my point is generally the same. The lab created diamonds are not much cheaper at all. They should be. I'm agreeing with you on that they're garbage and they should be cheaper, but they're not. So I don't know why that part we're disagreeing on. I know the point of different quality. I just said that. There's going to be different price levels of diamonds depending on the quality, but if you look at a 2 carat lab created versus a 2 carat natural, the price is going to be extremely similar. They'll be a little cheaper, the lab created, but not the type of difference that I'm talking about. Not the difference between sapphire being 3,000 versus a lab created sapphire that's $50. There's a big difference there. Anyways, all right, my point is invalid. Thanks. I'm tired of talking about diamonds. I don't even invest in diamonds. I just pay attention to the gemstone prices because I pay attention to precious metal prices. But like if you are that adamant about proving me wrong about diamonds versus lab created, then so be it. I don't care. It's not that big a deal. Guys trying to troll me and get me fired up for no reason. No reason whatsoever. Well, alright, guys. Diamonds are like hookers. Trying to figure out that reference. My first thought was because are hookers expensive? Some hookers, I guess, are, but some probably are very cheap. So that can't be it. Is it because hookers can't be destroyed once they're made? If you throw a hooker in a volcano, she'll survive, or he'll survive, or whatever they identify as a hooker. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I don't know what's going on anymore. All I know is the stock market is not doing much. It's just rolling over and dying right now. But look here. Remember yesterday when I was saying this pattern right here usually leads to a sell-off when you got a run up and then you get this smashed little green candle that's almost a doji. A lot of times you get a sell-off right after. Yes, I understand how diamonds work. There's a difference between 14 karat gold and 18 karat gold. You know, and I understand there's a difference. If you look at a 1 gram gold nugget versus a 1 gram gold nugget, depending on the shape or the content of the gold in the nugget, or depending on the texture, the price can be different. Like, I understand that premise. But in a generalization of what I was saying, I was generalizing. You just saw an ad for Ross Cameron? Nice. Well, alright, guys. I'm going to call it a day. I got to get going. Appreciate everybody joining me as always. We will be back tomorrow. Hopefully this market gets a little bit better. I don't think it's going to. I think we're getting to the point here soon where we're going to have a pullback, a pretty big pullback. I think this time the pullback, the stock market is just too high. This is too high of a move here in the last couple of weeks. I'm expecting to pull back probably to this 396 area, maybe 400. But I could be wrong. Who knows? Let's see. What did the bill? Open oil producer group OPEC. Yeah, I don't know why the ads are playing during the middle of the stream. I'll check that and see. They shouldn't be. Bitcoin, I think, last time I checked, it was still around 55,000 or whatever. Yeah, it's still around 55,000. It's this nice little pullback. But I mean, you draw a trend line, Bitcoin's still bullish. Just because of that pullback, I mean, it's still on this trend line. Until this trend line cracks, Bitcoin's not going to go down any. I mean, this trend line's held up so far. And you can see where buyers bought it up off the trend line there again. There was a nice triangle. Turkey trying to ban it kind of slowed down this breakout it was about to have when it broke up to 65. But I think it's a matter of time before it bounces off this trend line and breaks over 65K. But yeah, you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe out there. Till next time.